Hi everyone, today I'm going to take a look at this little Lego Ninjago set. It's set number 71707, Kai's Mech Jet. So yeah, I started off by saying it's little because it is one of the smaller sets, so it's 217 pieces and 2 minifigs, and it retails for £18, which is really good. What's that, like 8p per piece? But I actually managed to get this for £10, so that's partly why I wanted to review this, because I think it's a really good set, even if it was £18. But in the UK, you can get this Amazon and supermarkets. I've seen it a few times for £10, and I think it's a really good set for a small price. Yeah, to play with, or even just if you like Ninjago and collect them like I do. It's really good for what it is, and yeah, you can see it down here on the box. It's a 2-in-1, so I have it made up as the Mech. I'm not going to turn it into the Jet. You can see it there. You get a few small pieces left over from making the Mech, and one, I think 2x8 or 2x10 plate, which I guess is just one of the main sections of it. Yeah, so you can see the front. There is the set. There's a better picture of the Jet. So the Jet's okay, but obviously it's quite open, so I think if you want a good Ninjago Jet, there are better ones available. But it adds good replay value, I guess, as well, if you don't have a lot of sets, or if you're buying them for younger children and they don't have a huge amount of Lego, then you can take it apart, turn it into something else. So yeah, you'll get it cheap. So if we look at the minifigs first, I think this guy is called Richie. So he's all fully kitted out. I think he looks cool. He's a cool looking character. Yeah, I just think he's random, but he's cool. So he's on like the Jet flying surfboard. He comes with one of the nice controller hilt pieces, and he also has 2 orange katanas on the back, plus you've got his health bar up there, so he just looks like a cool dude. There is printing underneath here, but I won't take him all apart to show you that. It's basically very similar to what you see on the front. I've just accidentally taken that off the bottom of the surfboard, but that's not a big issue. He might fall down. Yeah, there we go. Then we go on to Kai. So again, cool hilt, and these nice kind of fluorescent katanas on the back, and there is his health bar. I forgot to say, obviously Richie doesn't have an alternative face because that is his head. Yeah, so for Kai, I will actually take some of this apart, show you his alternate face and also his back printing. Okay, so yeah, there's just another close-up of his weapon. So I think he looks best like this because it is like digital. I think this face looks good, but if you want to change it up, then let's get that out of the way. You can have, let's see, move that too. You can have this very scared looking face. So then you get the more kind of frowny look with the headgear on. But I think that's a good face, a good alternative face. So there you can see, looks a bit strange about that on, but now it looks pretty cool. And if we take him apart, get rid of this, you can see the back printing. So nicely printed, good printing on the front, on the legs. Obviously it's always nice, the more printing you get the better, but for this set I think it's pretty good. And there he is without any of his other gear on, just a nice looking figure. And you can put him in the Mech with all his gear on, but you do have to lean him forward a bit because it connects on the legs, and it does slightly bend these, which is not a big deal. But I think for this I'll show you with him without all his stuff on. You also have a Key-Tana, so these are always nice to get. Good to get different ones of these. Just a single sticker there. It just pops in there nicely. Make sure you don't shove it in, like just let it sit, because I did accidentally, I think for Lloyd's Journey set, I did push it in a bit too far and it was hard to get out and it did slightly damage it, so just be careful with that. And then we have the Mech, so let's adjust the camera to get a better look at this. Okay, so here is the Mech. So we have stickers on the side to add some detail. There's not a huge amount of stickers, so there's one on the Key-Tana and just a couple around here. And I'm not sure where I put them, but I think you also get some of the spare stickers, like the ones that are not for the set that you started getting in a lot of these Ninjago sets, just a few little stickers that you can do what you like with. So some of them are small, you could stick them on here or just put them wherever you want. I think I gave them to Logan, so they could be anywhere now. Yeah, as is the case often with smaller mechs, because they have a lot less weight, they're often a bit more poseable. I mean, this doesn't have knees, but I think they probably, you can do some different poses and they're less likely to fall down, and I think they're a bit more durable as well. Like this one, compared to some mechs, like this is good for playing with. I think that's the main thing. For kids in particular, like it's not going to easily come apart. I mean, you'd have to really yank the legs to get them off, but there's not little bits of decoration like say with the Monkey Kid mech that is going to get damaged or fall off. So it's quite sturdy. I've also got a couple of stickers up here, so three up there. But they look nice. But I mean, if you just wanted it all plain red and white, you could easily leave off the stickers. It wouldn't make much difference. Then we have the nice big solid sword, so that's pretty cool. Slots in there quite easy, so if you want his hands free, you can remove the sword and you could take that red pin out as well, but the sword is good. So yeah, good. Yeah, I'm talking about it not falling apart and I've knocked a piece off. Oh, maybe that was loose already. Yeah, so pretty good arm movement as well, up and down all around. Lots of different poses you can do. You've got a twin stud shooter here. I won't show you that, everyone knows what they do, but for playing with, really good. I think you get another 2 spare, like the usual. And then we have on the back 2 more of these, which are like the wings. Let's move his arm out the way. So these can be moved up and down independently, so they don't go right up, but perfectly good for, say, if you want to simulate flying with. And they look just as good down as up, I think. And the back of the mech is, I think compared to bigger mechs, because this is more kind of open anyway, it doesn't, like, there's not a big change from front to back. It's the same kind of style. I think it's more noticeable on some bigger ones where there's a huge amount of detail on the front and then the back is a bit bare, whereas this one I think is perfectly fine. Like, it looks how I'd expect it to look going by the front. So yeah, you'll see how this cockpit is connected, so it doesn't give you a huge amount of protection when you're in it, but you can pull that down, and then Kai just connects with the bottom holes of his feet. So if he doesn't have all his gear on, you can stand him up straight and he tends to stay in there better than if he's got all the gear on. But if he does have all the gear on, you literally just have to lean him forward maybe like that, a little bit. So it's not quite as good for playing with, because then he's kind of looking down a bit. But yeah, without the gear, sits in there nicely, pretty solidly in there. As you can see, this is wobbling. This piece does come off quite easily, so I mean, it's not designed to come off, but it's a solid section now it's together. So if kids want to play with it and it's getting in the way, getting on their nerves, then again, still think it looks pretty good. Still quite fun to play with. Probably for smaller kids, maybe, like if you've helped them build it, it might be better like that, a bit less bulky. And I think I've got, where did I put it? 1 second. Just off camera trying to find it. That is the main big piece that's left over, which you use to make the jet. Other than that, it's little pieces, spare studs. So that's kind of it really for this set. There's not many other features, but legs move well, feet move well, all different angles for the feet. Arms are very mobile. The only thing I would have liked maybe would be if the wings could come up higher. But aside from that, I think it's good value, and obviously brilliant value if you can get it as cheap as I did. Keep a lookout on Amazon. I'm pretty sure it was Amazon where I got it. Yeah, and that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.